Ladies and gentlemen, Higgsfield is now inside DaVinci Resolve and it has completely changed the video editing space. So if you are still editing without this, then you are working way harder than you need to. The problem that most editors were dealing with was 10 different apps for basically everything. But now, with Higgsfield inside Resolve, every AI video, every image model is all sitting in one panel right next to your editing timeline. So let's say, for example, your footage looks a little bit flat, then all you have to do is just throw in a reference image and get a custom LUT in seconds. Or let's say you have a gap in your edit. Then all you have to do is just generate the shot or draw the change directly onto the frame. And then you get the B-roll that you need. Now, let's say you need to repurpose for some shorts. All you have to do is then just reframe it without leaving the page. Background removal, upscaling, video generations, all of it is right here. And that means you don't have to stop editing. You can just keep going. Now in this video, I am going to walk you through the exact setup and how you can actually level up your editing. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, let's set up the foundation. Okay, so first you are going to check the link down in the description below. It will take you straight to Higgsfield. And from there, you are going to need to create an account if you don't have one already. So this is the core tool for this entire setup. So do not miss this. Now, once you are signed up, you're going to click on the plugins page and then you're going to download the DaVinci Resolve installer for your system. It's a small file, so you don't have to worry about it. Then you are going to double click it to run the installer and then it auto detects Resolve. So once that's done, open DaVinci Resolve and then go to your workspace and then go over to workflow integrations and then you'll see Higgsfield right over there. And then you're going to click on it and a panel will then open up. Now, the first time it will ask you to log in through your browser, simply just sign into your Higgsfield account and then you'll be connected. Now, this is what you're working with, okay? There's 9 tools, there's one panel, and I'm going to walk you through all of them using the same base clip so that you can see exactly what each one of them does. Okay, so Resolve is pretty great, but I know some of you might be using Adobe Premiere Pro or even Adobe After Effects, and I have already made a full video about the exact setup for Adobe, so I'll leave that link down in the description below to make it so much easier for you. Let's watch this all the way until the end, and then let's go over to that, okay? Now, let's get back into Resolve. So, the first tool that I want to show you is Draw to Video, and I'm pairing it with the next one, which is Edit Video, because they solve a similar problem, but in 2 different ways. Here's the situation. You've got a clip in your timeline and something in the shot kind of just needs to go. Let's say it's a person in the background. Let's say it's a logo on the wall. Anything that's kind of distracting from the shot that you actually want. Now, normally, you would be looking at masking, rotoscoping, tracking, or simply just exporting the clip and then running it through a separate tool. Either way, it's still a process and it takes a lot of time. Now, you can actually replace it with other things, and that's what's so amazing about Higgsfield. From here, all I have to do is I just have to grab the brush tool, and then I simply just paint over the area that I want to change, and then I'll ask it to add, let's say, a large mascot, okay? Now, you can copy the exact prompt that I used from our free school community. The link is down in the description below. And it also has all of my complete workflows and all the guides. And there's a bunch of things on there that I think you are going to love. But now, we are going to hit Generate. And then it processes on Higgsfield servers. Now, we are talking minutes instead of an hour. And here it is. It's almost like this was the real video all along. No one would be able to tell the difference. Now, you just saw me change a specific part of a frame by painting over it. Now watch me change the entire clip with just a few words. This is Edit Video. So it's the same base clip that we are going to be using, but this time I'm not brushing anything. I'm just going to click on Edit Video in the panel, and then it pulls up my active clip. So all I get is a text prompt field. So let's say I want this to feel like a completely different environment. all I have to do is type something like add golden hour warm tones with lens flare, like that. Then you're going to hit generate and let it process. The whole mood of the clip just shifted. There's no reshooting, there's no VFX work, just one text prompt. And you can really edit it into anything that you want. The key with this tool is the same as Draw to Video. Specific prompts get better results all the time. Just describe the actual visual change that you want. Now, between Draw to Video and Edit Video, you've got two ways to reshape any clip in your timeline without ever leaving Resolve. So, one for targeted edits, one for full transformations. But here's the one thing that most pro editors know. You can have a perfect shot and you can still ruin it with bad color. So, color grading is one of those things that separates a good video from an awesome, great, spectacular video. But if you are still a beginner, I know that it can be so overwhelming. So when you open up the color page, you've got things that are called nodes, and then you also have curves and color wheels. So if you don't know what you're doing, then you can spend about 2 hours tweaking and end up with something that looks worse than when you started. Higgsfield built a shortcut for this to make things so much easier for the beginners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on LUTs in the panel, and here's basically how it works. I'll upload this dull video of a garden and a photo with the exact color mood that I want the footage to match. So I'll drop in my reference and then I'll hit generate, and Higgsfield then analyzes the tones, it analyzes the contrast and also the color palettes of that reference that I gave it, and then it builds a custom LUT from it for me. So now I want you to take a look at the difference. There's one reference image, a few seconds of processing, and you've got a grade that would have taken a skilled person doing this hours to kind of just perfectly dial in manually. So now we saw that Higgsfield can fix how your footage looks. But what if the footage doesn't exist yet? Well, that takes us perfectly into the next part, and this actually comes up more than people care to admit. You are building an edit. You are missing a shot. Now, maybe you didn't capture it on the day. Maybe the shoot was running over time and you just didn't find time to shoot that. Maybe it's too late to even create it now. Maybe it's too late to ever get that shot. And without it, the editor now has a gap. There's something that's clearly missing. Well, luckily, you now have Cinema Studio. And Cinema Studio is different from the other generation tools in this plugin. And I'll show you those in a minute, but Cinema Studio is specifically built for cinematic quality output. Higher production value, think of establishing shots, dramatic B-roll, stylized visuals. I can simply just click on Cinema Studio in the panel, and then I can type in a description of what I need, the scene, the style, the mood that I'm going for. Now, specifically for me, I want, let's go with a aerial shot of a city skyline at dusk, warm tone, cinematic depth of field, okay? And let's see what it came back with. It drops right into my media pool, and then I drag it onto the timeline, and it's now ready for use. Now let's move on to Reframe, because this is the one that I'll be using most of the time. If you are making content for YouTube and shorts and reels and TikToks, then you already know the pain that comes with it. You shoot everything in landscape and then you need vertical versions of that. So you go through every clip, you manually crop, you manually reposition everything, you make sure that the subject stays in frame. And I mean, it can be so tedious, it's repetitive, and if you've got 10 clips to reframe, then that's easily going to take up like an hour to sometimes 2 or 3 hours of your day. And it's just gone, and you are sitting editing stuff that you just don't want to. Reframe does all of that in just one click. I'm taking this ad clip and then I click on Reframe in the panel. So then I will just pick my target aspect ratio. I'm going to be going for 9:16 for vertical, 1:1 for square. Basically, whatever I need, I can go with. And then I'm going to hit generate. And the AI then uses subject tracking to keep the focal point centered throughout the entire clip, even if the person moves around the frame. For anyone repurposing content across platforms, this alone justifies the plugin. the amount of manual work that it replaces is honestly out of this world. One note that I do want to mention though, Reframe uses more credits per clip than some of the lighter tools, so use it on your final selects, not on every single raw clip. Now the next feature that I want to discuss is something that is so cool. It's background removal. Clean subject isolation used to require one of two things: a green screen on set or a lot of patience with masking tools in post. Remove BG or remove background uses AI to detect your subject and then pull a clean alpha channel. There's no green screen, there's no manual masking. I simply just click on remove BG and then select my base clip and then just hit generate. Now when the footage is clean, when there's good lighting, clear separation between the subject and the background, then this works extremely well. You get a usable key that can composite over whatever you need. But I mean, just take a look at this. Even on more complex footage like hair, rough edges, and you can tell that it still gets the job done better than what you'd really expect. For talking head content, product shots, or simply just well-lit studio footage, this is a tool that you are definitely going to be using. Now we move on to Upscale, and this one is in itself also a game changer because you can do it all in just one click without ever opening your browser. Let's say you are building a project and some of your source footage is a lower quality, whatever the reason is. It looks kind of weird in your timeline and it just totally drags the whole quality of your project down. Upscale now takes that low resolution footage and then it uses AI to recover actual detail. So this isn't just sharpening or pushing up the contrast or anything like that. It's not just stretching the pixels, it's reconstructing detail that wasn't there before. I can simply just click on Upscale and then select my clip and then I can just let it process. Now I want you to look at the difference when you zoom in. The original is pretty soft, it's muddy. The upscaled version has texture, there's clarity, there's definition. It looks awesome. Now, for mixed resolution timelines, where some of the clips are letting you down and some just aren't at the level that they should be, this brings them up to a level that actually matches the rest of your edit, meaning that your whole edit is going to look better at the end of the day. Now, these last two tools follow the same workflow, just with different outputs. So I'm going to run both of them together. There's image generation. So let's say you need a custom background for a composite, a title card, an overlay graphic, is something specific that doesn't exist in your stock library. And you don't necessarily want to leave Resolve just to make it. All you have to do is click on image generation in the panel, then just type in the description of what you need. So let's say a dark gradient background with subtle blue particles or a minimalist card with large white text spaces. The image then generates, it lands in my media pool, and then I can drag it straight onto my timeline, and then it's done. As easy as that. Then you have video generation. It's the same basic idea, but it's now a moving image. Let's say you need a quick B-roll clip of something that you don't have. An abstract motion background, a texture loop, whatever. I click video generation and then I type in my prompt and then you just generate. And the clip drops into my media pool just like with the images. The difference between these and Cinematic Studio is basically the purpose. Cinematic Studio is built for the higher end cinematic output. Think of establishing shots and like hero visuals, that cool image that you see. Image and video generation are for your utility tools. So they are fast, functional, and they are basically just meant to fill the gaps without ever slowing you down. So now between the generation tools, you've got a full range from quick assets to cinematic shots, and none of them ever require you to leave your editor. The tools that are going to make the biggest difference for you right now are Reframe, LUTs, and Draw to Video. These are the ones that I use on every project. They solve the real problems and they save some real time. 9 AI tools, 1 plugin, and you never have to ever leave your timeline. So if you want to try this out for yourself, the link to sign up to Higgsfield is right there, down there in the description below. Go and check it out. Join our free school community so that you can get all of the prompts, all the workflows, and all of the guides. And also join almost 30,000 other people in learning along with us. So if you found this useful, then please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, also turn on those bell notifications so that you never miss another upload. Check out one of the videos popping up on the screen right now. And as always, it's been a whole lot of fun, and I will catch you on the next one.